Going through their pregame rituals, getting loose well before we're underway. Welcome, sports fans. Thanks for joining us. It's the NBA on 2K Sports. Kevin Harlan with you, joined by Doris Bird, Greg Anthony, and David Aldridge reporting courtside. Already it's February. Hard to believe. Let's see how the West is matching up. As you look at Memphis, right now they've acquired the second-best record in the conference. And, of course, Minnesota, they're 5 spots away.
And I think for the Timberwolves, they're one of those teams that hasn't quite figured it out this year. A lot of talent, a lot of heart, but nothing to put them up on that next level.
You know, it's got to be frustrating for them. You can't dwell on the past. You've got to think forward, work together, and play for one another.
Now look at Memphis's starting group. The forwards for him, Bane and Jackson. Wells is out there with Morant. And it's Edey in at the 5, down low. And for Minnesota, Conley and Edwards are the guards. McDaniels is out there with Reed. And it's Gobert in at the pivot spot, manning the middle. The three-point shot, so important in today's NBA, and a major part of the game plan, Greg, for both of these teams.
And we can expect to see a high volume of shots from beyond the arc in this one. I'm looking for whichever squad is able to create more havoc and throw the opposing shooters off their rhythm.
Conley against Morant. Reed with the block. Outside Edwards. A 3. Good. Another from 3.
And now for this franchise, he's hit the most threes in a single season.
His incredible range stretches out the defense on a nightly basis. It's an invaluable element to this offense. Pass to Jackson. Morant outside. And he can't jam it through.
Oh, no excuse for a guy of his caliber. You've got to finish that slam. You've got to be a little embarrassed by that one.
Well, we know this about Anthony Edwards. This guy, one of the stronger guards in this game. That's a tough finish.
Here's Morant. Anthony Edwards making his last shot. And there's the call. It's going to be an illegal screen.
And not the most common call you'll see in the NBA, but hard to argue that pick wasn't illegal.
It is really difficult to get your feet completely set, to stay completely still. It's almost surprising to me that it isn't called more often.
And the shot goes in.
We're beginning to take charge of this game. This could be a crucial point.
Well, working hard, building out a small lead, but you can't afford any kind of letdown here. Oh. You've got to be kidding.
And leave it up to Morant to put on a show. What a spectacular dunk.
Awesome rewind courtesy of the AT&T 5G Slam Cam. Greg, with how explosive Ja Morant is, he has certainly taken his fair share of awkward falls.
And that's what worries you with guys like that. He's already had a number of injuries in his young career, but we all just want to see him at full health.
Payne for 3. It's hauled in by Edwards.
Boy, the offensive flow just isn't there right now. 1 for 5 to start the game.
Lets it fly. And all around the rim that time before dropping in. Edwards got 9.
Boy, he's heating up fast coming out of the gate. 4 out of 5 from the field.
And it's Taylor Jenkins calling timeout here. He's ready to talk things through with the team. Alexander Walker, he's checked in for Minnesota. Santi Aldama's checked in for Memphis. Just over 2.5 minutes played here so far in the first quarter. And it's Morant missing.
no doubt he's struggling right now from the field. Let's see if he can get it going this quarter.
Count it, good.
And what a way to start this game, dominating at both ends of the floor.
And give them credit for approaching this game with the right energy and intensity. This team has attacked every chance they've gotten.
Morant with it, now defended by Gobert, and a wide open look for Payne. Good, and the nice assist from Morant.
And you have to stay connected to Payne. He's too good off the catch.
Oh, that was something else.
How about Anthony Edwards, the bounce? Go ahead, Ant.
And for the Grizzlies, they come in off a good outing against the Suns. It's time now to hear from our Hall of Fame reporter, David Aldridge. What's the latest, David?
I had a chance to catch up with Chris Finch. Well, of course, they're concerned about the dynamic Ja Morant. Coach told me the plan is simple. Make things as hard as they can on Ja on both ends of the floor. Make him work on defense, and by crunch time, maybe we can tire him just a little bit. Back to you guys.
All right, thank you, David. Greg, this is some kind of note. Last year, Minnesota, for just the second time, had ever won a series in the postseason.
Yeah, they've been bounced in the first round, 10 of 12 appearances. But last year's team was different. Their elite defense fueled the conference finals run.
It's good from long range.
And you can see the confidence Morant possesses. He's fine testing his luck with the quick pull-up, Jay.
Here's Edwards. Up and in on the layup. Edwards got 17.
Well, they're leading in large part because of the work he's put in this quarter. This is nicely done.
Pass to Edey. Payne against Edwards. Morant with it. Plays it up and banks it in. And it's 9 points for Ja Morant.
Boy, it seems like every shot he puts up, it's going in. This guy is hot, hot.
And Edwards slams it in.
Well, Anthony Edwards came into the league with a reputation as a scorer. He is starting to hum a little bit right here.
The Grizzlies trail by 9. Pass to Aldama. Jackson kicks to Payne. That three off the mark. And here's Edwards. He'll bring it up for Minnesota. They just couldn't come out on top last time they took on the Grizzlies. That one was played in Memphis.
And they lost a close one last time they saw each other. And you have to think that it was the foul trouble that really kept them from getting the win.
Yeah, some of their starters had to take an early seat on the bench, and that ruined the rhythm and flow they were trying to establish.
And good that time. Edwards got 23.
And they're beginning to just flat out fall apart defensively right now, especially on the interior.
Morant finds Jackson. On the wing, Payne. Edwards defending.
Boy, what a nightmare quarter for this guy. He's playing right into the hands of the defense at this point.
There's the three. It's Edwards on the wing. Beyond the arc. That's in there. Conley with the assist. Conley's got 3 assists now in this one. And so it's the Minnesota Timberwolves in command with a 16-point lead as the buzzer sounds. They've kept the tempo quick and the defense on its heels, and it's gotten them up big. And don't go away. We'll be right back. And if you're just tuning in, we've got a wide margin on the scoreboard, but plenty of time left for a comeback. And quite a position here for the Timberwolves to be in. What do you think, guys?
Well, they used the fast break to generate some easy buckets before the defense could get set.
And we know this. Every team in the league now seems to be looking to play with pace.
Minnesota leading by 16. Nickeil Alexander-Walker out there with Dillingham. Then there's McDaniels, and it's Shannon in at the 3 slot. That's the 5 to begin the second quarter for the Timberwolves. McDaniels. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
McDaniels has made himself a legitimate option from three-point territory. What a look there.
Pippen feeling it out a bit. Pass to Aldama. Clark right side. To the inside. Down to 5 on the shot clock. Pippen can't hit. Minnesota's gone 3 of 4 from long range in the game. Here's Shannon. Over Bane. And the Timberwolves tack on 2 more.
And that set them apart today, guys. Their success with the mid-range.
Just over 1 minute has passed here in the second quarter. Now here's Pippen. He's guarded closely. Minnesota with the rebound. They want to keep rolling here following the win against the Thunder.
Yeah, it was all hands on deck. Helps to get points off the bench when you're on the road.
One thing we know, great teams in the NBA get production off the bench, and that was critical that night.
And when you look at Alexander Walker, Doris, so consistent from year to year.
This is a young man who knows his role, finds ways to help the team within the context of what the Stars are doing, and those are exactly the kind of role players you need in order to have a quality basketball team.
And with an update from the sidelines, let's check in with David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. Jaden McDaniels has become an X factor for the Wolves. Mike Conley says, we know what he does defensively, but the offense that he can bring for us balances our unit. It's much needed. Guys tend not to think of him as an offensive player, but he does have that in his game. Kevin?
But I love the reference to an X factor. He definitely is that. All right, David, thank you.
Quick off the floor and powerful. Clark loves to attack that rim.
Yep, that one goes in there. McDaniels got 5.
And it just seems that every pass they make is leading to a score. Just great ball movement.
Here's Pippen. From down in the low post, it goes. Minnesota leading by 22. Dillingham with it. Now defended by Bane. Dillingham with the bucket.
Of the 2 offenses here tonight, you can tell theirs is just a bit more in sync.
And I think because of that, they've gotten the better looks to start this basketball game.
And it's Taylor Jenkins calling timeout here. He wants to check in with his team and regroup. Some changes for Memphis. Jaren Jackson's checked in for Santi Aldama. Wells comes in for Luke Kennard. And it's Ja Morant in for Pippen. About 3 minutes played so far in the second quarter. Morant scanning the floor. And again, Memphis no good. And here are the Timberwolves. They're on a 14-6 run. Edwards no good.
Well, we didn't see the same kind of control we're used to seeing from him. This guy is usually a tremendous finisher.
A shot by Wells, no good. Minnesota's gone 4-6 from outside the arc tonight. So, Greg, with the season winding down, a lot of what-ifs for the team. What about players? Do they experience that as well?
You can't help but wonder what could have been if your team struggled, Kevin. Players are just like fans in that regard.
He's off on the first.
Boy, young talents like Anthony Edwards, so exciting to watch. You know, you've got to adapt to the NBA and continue to grow and reach your potential. But there's this infectious joy and a great smile that he plays with.
Kennard, he's checked in for Bane. To the paint, here's Clark, and Clark slams it in.
And not only does he get all the way to the rim in traffic, but how about he goes to the reverse?
You gotta be kidding me. That was awesome. For Memphis, they've gone 4 of 8 so far here in the second quarter. In the corner, Kennard with it. No good on the triple.
You will not see this guy miss many of those. He's one of the keys to their floor spacing.
Edwards, that's good.
You can see it. Once this guy gets his rhythm, he is so hard to slow down. What an excellent night for him and his team.
Now, here's Morant for three. And they'll get another chance. And there's the call on Rudy Gobert. That's his first foul.
First team foul.
We've got 1:48 left in the first half. And then Clark slams it in.
And the pass there floated it up to the precise spot it needed to be.
And no messing around on the finish. He powers it through. Outside Edwards. And Edwards slams it in.
Anthony Edwards has got his rhythm, and he's got a well-rounded offensive game. Look out.
1:24 left now here in the second. An intentional foul committed, but for what purpose, Greg? I'm not sure.
A scene of confusion right there. I can't imagine why he thought it was a good idea to foul there.
And he makes the first. And some changes here for the Grizzlies. Edey comes in for Brandon Clark. And it's Bane in for Luke Kennard. And Greg, talk about a guy who can create for himself. Dillingham can already score on elite defenders.
Yeah, and Kevin, a lot of that is his footwork. You can see the hours he's put into it. And then add in the body control and quickness. Good luck slowing this young man down.
Outside Jackson. Back to Morant. 56 seconds left to play here in the second quarter. The Grizzlies with another miss.
And a big lead for them on both the scoreboard and the backboard thus far.
And Edwards slams it in.
Every aspect of Anthony Edwards' game is on display. This guy has been cooking from the outset.
Conley against Morant. Oh!
Yeah.
Goodness. Oh, he is a highlight reel unto himself, guys.
That could be a contender for the dunk of the year, I think. Edwards. And Edwards with the stop.
And that strength and concentration from Anthony Edwards. Yes, there's contact. Doesn't bother him.
And here's Morant. He'll bring it up for Memphis. With the drive. Oh, my goodness.
Wow.
What a play.
Oh, reversed it home. That was pretty.
Agreed. The agility on display. And Edwards slams it in.
This guy is so explosive. Anthony Edwards off the bounce. My goodness.
The three from Morant. That shot off. So as we conclude the first half, so far fairly one-sided. The Timberwolves on top, running away with this one. And a chance now to send it over to David Aldridge, standing by courtside. David.
Thanks very much. Taylor Jenkins is here with us in the second quarter, Coach. Tough sledding at both ends of the floor. How do you fix it?
You know, it hurts our offense when we're not able to get stops and get out and running, so not a good quarter for us. You know, we just got to keep being aggressive defensively, be a little bit more disciplined.
And we'll see if that can pick up as the game continues. Thanks, Coach. Back to you.
Thanks so much, David, and we'll step away briefly, but get you right back out here for the start of the third quarter after this break.
Taking him off the side. Give it up for the Bucks.
Come one, come all. The 2K halftime is here, and so's our breakdown of the upcoming schedule. Let's check it out.
In that game against the Knicks, coin toss. In fact, I'm going to make a prediction. This game goes to the last shot.
Jetstradamus. We're going to have to keep a tally of the predictions by you two. And let's move on now to those first two quarters. Talk about a tough start for the Memphis Grizzlies.
A lot of bricks out there reminds me of my free throw shooting. Enough to build a house. Come on, man, take it to the paint. Man up.
Man up is correct. These teams often get addicted, Shaq, to the three. Time for some intervention here. What's your plan B, please?
Thanks for joining us. Now let's toss it to Kevin Harlan for the start of the second half.
And as we dive into the second half, we'll find out if the next two quarters are any different from the first two. So far, it has been a runaway. You know, Anthony Edwards has been exceptional here, guys.
No problems fighting his way to the rim in this one. A lot of points in close.
And part of that has to do with his mindset. He has been looking to push the action at every opportunity, and he has been in attack mode all night.
So the Grizzlies 5 right now. The forwards for him, Bane and Jackson. Ja Morant, he's out there with Wells. And it's Edey in at the center position. Jackson passes to Wells. That's good, and it's Jackson with the assist that time. Wells has got his first points of the night. Let's check in with our reporter, David Aldridge.
Kevin, thank you very much. The Timberwolves have become a rough and rugged team. Swingman Jaden McDaniels said, "We don't let nobody push us around. We're always being physical defensively. I feel like we're a tough team, super tough." And Kevin, they certainly have the size to hold their own.
Always being physical, but David, that's their identity. And we thank you for the report. Back to Morant. Bane against McDaniel. 5 on the clock. Bane kicks to Wells. The three-pointer off the mark. Minnesota's gone to three-point range 7 times tonight, knocked down 5 of them. Offensive rebound, Edwards tries again, and the layup is up and in. Edwards got 43 points.
And of the last 6 baskets, 5 have come on the interior. This is just smash mouth physical basketball, guys.
Now here's Morant for 3. Reed with the rebound. For Minnesota, they've gone 2 of 4 here to start the second half. Here's Edwards. Makes it off the glass. 45 points for Anthony Edwards.
And they're really in a good position here, thanks in part to the way he's been able to score the basketball.
Morant passes to Jackson. Bane for 3. Anthony Edwards with the rebound. Edwards got 6 rebounds in the game.
That's 1 for their first 4 to start the second half. No, it's scary because he's just been a matchup nightmare in this game. He's eaten up anybody they've thrown at him.
Some tough offensive sets. They want to turn it around.
Yeah, right now you just need a bucket to get some momentum.
Bane for 3. And again, Memphis no good.
Ooh, and this is turning into a slow start here in the second half. Seems like they left that offense in the locker room.
And the foul called on Edwards. That's foul number 2 for him. Memphis has gotten off to a very slow start from three-point range in the second half. They're 0 for 4. And a shot by Wells, no good. And the Timberwolves with possession. Good momentum, 8 straight points. Edwards can't hit. The Grizzlies have gone only 1 of 6 in the field in the third quarter. Not how they pictured the half started.
Almost inescapable, that 7'9" wingspan. Send it back, big Rudy Gobert.
And we have to take another glance at that powerful rejection.
And boy, did he get up quick to reject that shot. That's as fundamental as defense gets.
A touch over 2.5 minutes of basketball played here in the third quarter. Now here's Wells. Edwards defending. Shot clock at 5. There's the pick. Bane for three.
I'll tell you, it feels all night like this guy's been forcing shots, rushing shots. He's really struggling on the offensive end.
And those advanced numbers, Doris, they show Rudy Gobert is historically great.
Kevin, I love that you are an analytics lover, but for me, it's about the eye test. Rudy Gobert has won the Defensive Player of the Year on more than one occasion. He's played on winning teams, and he's been an integral part of their success. He is one of the all-time great defenders we've seen.
And again, Memphis no good.
I'll tell you, a rough quarter for him, and that puts so much pressure on the guys around him.
Good, that's another bucket. That gives him 51.
Making it look easy. And now you see them starting to really work the ball inside.
There's the pick. Here's Morant. Lays it up off the glass. Morant's got 17.
And providing the score, boy, they needed. That stops a 12-0 run by Minnesota.
Edwards drives in. Yep, it counts.
I'll tell you, this guy is proving to be a problem for the defense. In this quarter, he has been special.
And here's Morant. 17 points in the game. And the shot by Wells, no good.
And he has definitely been struggling in this quarter.
And you know what? They keep calling his number, and they're simply trying to get him out of this funk.
That makes it 10 of their last 12 coming from inside the paint.
And so Morant will bring it up for the Memphis Grizzlies. It's up a three, and it's McDaniels with the rebound. McDaniels got 5 rebounds tonight. Here's Edwards. He got it again. Sensational. He's been absolutely ridiculous in this game.
You get the sense he just can't miss.
Pass to Edey. Here's Wells, and the dunk by Wells.
Well, known for being a terrific passer, he shows you right there. Case in point.
Minnesota's gone to three-point range 7 times tonight, knocked down 5 of them. Here's Edwards. And Gobert kicks to Edwards. Fires for 3. No good that time. The Grizzly shooting has been wayward so far. Only 37% from the floor. And it's Morant missing. Minnesota with the ball. They're on an 18-4 run. Edwards drives in. Goes up and lays it nice and easy. Edwards got 59 points.
And that's 10 straight points in the paint. The defense, nowhere to be found.
1 second separating the shot clock and game clock.
And what a show Morant is putting on. Every time he touches the ball, you feel like he's going to score.
Here's Edwards. And another one falls.
Make that 61 points.
Yep, everything is going his way right now. Now here's Morant. There's the drive, and finished off by Morant.
I mean, already hot coming into the game. Is it fair to say he's hotter?
Anthony Edwards has been leading the charge for the Timberwolves. Offensively, this has been his best game of the season. This is the most points he's scored all year. And we've got more M2K Sports coming your way after this break. And let's go back to a terrific pass that we're calling tonight our State Farm assist of the game.
And the definition of teamwork right there, guys. I mean, what great communication between them, and what a beautiful feed.
Nothing better than chemistry, right? Working together to create a bucket.
And we reach the fourth quarter in a game that may be already out of hand. They've got Dillingham. He's out there with Nickeil Alexander-Walker. And it's Shannon in at the 3. So that's the Timberwolves 5. Jackson finds Clark. Back to Jackson. Rebound Minnesota. And awards now have a minimum amount of games needed to qualify. An interesting twist in this whole story.
Yeah, and it seems logical because of the uproar from the fans and the media that they implement this. And how can you be that impactful in reality, though, if you only play half the year?
Well, he showed right there. This guy capable of making shots, especially if you leave him that wide open.
Pass to Kennard. Here's Jackson. We've heard some players' doors propose that refs should be fined for missed calls, especially with the game on the line. What do you think?
Kevin, I couldn't disagree more. First and foremost, the level of accountability for NBA officials is unprecedented. And keep in mind, there is discipline for high-profile mistakes and mistakes of all kinds. Every single game, every single call is evaluated, and you see their progression in terms of, yes, they'll officiate in the playoffs, or no, they won't. We are right where we need to be.
Outside Pippen. Pass to Jackson over Ingles. And there's Jackson on the assist by Pippen. Jackson's got 4 points now in the quarter. Minnesota's gotten 2/3 of their three-pointers to fall tonight. They're 6 of 9 overall. Here's Alexander Walker. And again, Minnesota with the triple.
He's just stretching them out. The defense has got to do a better job of staying attached to him.
Well, you know this. This is a guy who's looking for his shot the whole time. You have to know who you're guarding. KYP, know your personnel. Oh, that's a pretty bounce pass. Nice.
For Minnesota, they've gotten all 3 of their shots to drop here in the fourth quarter. They came out of the break on a roll. The shot's good from Kennard.
Well, guys who are known as shooters are always ready on the catch. Luke Kennard, rise and fire.
He gets it in there.
Big miscommunication on defense. He recognizes it and quickly takes advantage.
And that's typical of this guy. He's always reading the situation, reacting quickly, and capitalizing.
Here's Clark. Minnesota with the rebound. A little over 2.5 minutes have passed here in the fourth quarter. Dillingham with the bucket.
How about the laser focus on that jump shot? Pays no attention to the nearest defender.
Jackson setting the pick here for Kennard. Played in with a nice touch off the glass.
And there's a pattern starting to take shape here. They're working it inside and getting good shots from close range.
Here's Alexander Walker. And another 3 for Minnesota.
Yeah, those are starting to add up, guys. Of their last 5 baskets, 3 have been tripled.
Now here's Pippen. Defense is right there. Wells kicks to Jackson. Memphis moving it around. Kennard for 3. Sinks the triple. Kennard's got a pair of 3s here in the fourth quarter for Memphis.
Well, Kennard loves and relishes the opportunity to come back with his triple.
Knocks down the 3 ball.
And so many teams now look to establish the perimeter to set up everything else.
No doubt it's a growing trend, Greg, and he is highly accurate tonight.
Pippen, the pass to Jackson. Back to Pippen. Launches a 3. Buries it from 3-point range.
And an eye for an eye. Both teams working to stretch the floor.
Well, that 3-point shot just gives you so much room to operate on the offensive end.
They get it back. Pass to Alexander Walker. The tray. It falls for the 6th time in 7 tries this contest. That's 86%.
Their ability, again, to stretch the floor, particularly in this second half.
And guys, boy, when you're hitting, it sure does work. It obviously opens up major options at the offensive end.
Minnesota with the ball. The NBA has always been a star-driven league, Greg, and that's reflected in team strategies now more than ever before.
It is. All over the league, teams now building their systems around their stars, surrounding them with complementary players and running the offense through them as much as possible. And so it's going to end up in the record books as a blowout, a dominating performance for the Timberwolves.
It was a standout performance across the board.
I mean, it was like watching a cat play with a mouse. They were able to do more or less whatever they wanted.
And with this win, they'll end up notching another victory for this year's campaign, win number 33.
Really a big-time win for these guys. They lost their first 2 games of the year to this team, so they won't be in danger of getting swept when they meet for the 4th time.
And what a tremendous standout performance it was for Anthony Edwards.
This guy has been shot making all night long. He commands the rock and takes over.
Saw the opportunity to put this away and did not turn it down.
Yeah, playing with great energy and great effort. And as a coach, you'd love to see this from your team every single night.
Jackson, that's good.
And he is a huge presence inside at both ends. Jackson's a great asset to have in the post.
And he lays it straight in.
And you can sense that these fans, these players, they are ready to celebrate.
Well, for all intents and purposes, this game is over. Just a matter of time here.
Here's Pippen. And so it's the Timberwolves taking care of business here. It was a tale of 2 teams tonight, one that was in total control, operating flawlessly, and the other just searching for answers that they could never find.
I mean, the energy here is just so tremendous. Fans involved from the get-go, and once they started to really pour it on, it was fun to see that rhythm and flow from their perspective.
It's time now to go courtside as we send you over to David Aldridge from the sideline. David, take it away.
Thanks very much, Mike. Congrats on the win. It looked like you guys stayed with your identity tonight. You think so?
Yeah, we wanted to just play our game, stick to what we do best, get the ball inside, score in the paint, just try to make easy plays. And I think that's what we did, and we're able to just build off of that.
You guys are one of the best teams at staying to what you do. Congrats on the win. Back to you, Kevin.
Much appreciated, David. And that about wraps it up. For Greg Anthony, Doris Burke, and David Aldridge, and the rest of our terrific crew, this is Kevin Harlan saying thanks for watching. And as we leave you, we give you our player of the game, Anthony Edwards.